very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Sports Tonight. This is the Friday night edition of the show. It's the last edition of Sports Tonight for the week, but it promises to be exciting, fun-filled as always. My name is Toyin Bitoye. I'd like to start by saying a very big thank you to you for joining us on this edition of the show. And I also promise you that for the next 15 minutes that Sports Tonight will be coming your way. We will be updating you with all that you need to know around football in Nigeria. Of course, we'll be spending some time to take a look at games in the Globe Premier League Week 2, Nigerian teams on the continent, and of course, we'll also give you some slides of football in Europe, big games lined up in Europe as well. We'll feature on the program tonight. Don't forget that a Friday night is also time for us to take you into the bar and bring you some bar sports. Tunde Ogushiku is ready to give us lowdown on chess, and that will be coming up later on the show. We'll also, on the program tonight, be talking table tennis. The Lagos Tour, IWTF World Tour is going on. Good news for Nigeria. We'll give you all of that on Sports Tonight this Friday. So thank you for allowing us into your homes, for giving us this wonderful opportunity, a privilege we will not take for granted. My name is Toyi Ibitoye. But let me start off the show tonight with this bit of breaking news. Well, let me say breaking news because it's information that you can rely on, and it has to do, of course, with the coaching situation of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Let me start by telling you that according to sources, the Nigerian Football Federation and coach Stephen Keshi look like they have agreed to a new deal. All right? So that's the story. The Nigerian Football Federation and coach Stephen Keshi, it looks like that marriage has been reignited. It looks like the two parties have agreed to a new deal. Let me just run through very quickly for you this news alert and of course information coming from within the Secretariat of the Nigerian Football Federation in Abuja. Reliable sources within the Nigerian Football Federation Secretariat have informed us that a new contract has been agreed to by the Football House and coach Stephen Keshi. The discussions between the two parties have gone well with a lot of maturity and mutual respect, and so expect a final pronouncement in a few days. That's what our source has informed us. So from the look of things, it looks like Stephen Keshi is back on the job as Super Eagles coach. The Nigerian Football Federation and Keshi, we are expecting, will be making a formal pronouncement on this matter in the next couple of days. That's just some news flash for you. Once again, in case you didn't meet us at the beginning of the show, it looks like the Nigerian Football Federation and coach Stephen Keshi have agreed to a new deal. All those troubled areas in that contract have been ironed out, and it looks like both parties are ready once again to work together. All right, thank you for staying with us. It's time for us to move on now to the next part of Sports Tonight. But before I do that, let me quickly introduce to you my partners for this part of the show. Dumnodi Okonta joins us on Sports Tonight. Of course, you know that Dumnodi is here because we'll be doing plenty of preview for domestic football, Globe Premier League Week 2 games to be played in different centers across Nigeria. Dum, good to have you on Sports Tonight.
Good evening, my pleasure.
And of course, apart from the Globe Premier League, we will also be talking about the CAF Champions League, the CAF Confederations Cup, and the CAF Under-20 Championship as well on the program tonight. And of course, Saeed Abbas is also on the show. Saeed, good to have you on Sports Tonight this Friday.
Yeah, it's a pleasure once again.
I'm sure you're looking forward to a lot of big games in Europe as well.
Most definitely.
All right, so we'll also be taking a look at what big games there we'll be looking forward to seeing in Europe this weekend. Without wasting any more time, gentlemen, let's start off with Nigerian clubs on the continent. Dumnodi, CAF Champions League, that's the biggest club competition on the African continent. To this weekend, only Enyimba will be on duty, and they'll be taking on Small of Egypt. As we speak, the Egyptians are in Owerri. They are staying in Owerri. They'll be moving to Aba tomorrow for the game on Sunday. But Dumnodi, anybody is not expected to crash out at this stage.
Well, we will say so. 2 seasons ago, we didn't say so. Anybody has taught us not to believe them when we chose to believe them. And so it means that, but they are coming up against a North African side at this time. I don't fancy that fixture.
It's important for them to get a decent win, comfortable win in the first leg.
This is just the first round. This is just the first, like you said, a decent win, and don't allow them to get on the way go, because that is what the Egyptians will be looking out for, and don't allow them to score first, so that you keep chasing the game. For Imba, we all know their pedigree. We can brag about their pedigree. We can brag that they are the most successful Nigerian club as far as continental football is concerned. But Imba's recent performance, the last 2 seasons, has not given us any has not inspired hope in some of us. That's just what it means. So against Smoha, now they're playing the champion. This is a Champions League where you have this is a team when you mention 2 teams in Egypt, you mention Zamalek and Hilali, but you have a Smoha who of course finished second in Egyptian League. So it means they must have taken out some of the biggest teams in Egypt to get second on the log.
Okay, let me come to you, Saeed. Football in Egypt has been topsy-turvy. They are playing now. The next day they are not playing. There's crisis. There's violence, political issues affecting their football and all of that. And people are expecting that could also affect the quality of their football in the CAF Champions League. But then last year, El Ahly crashed out in the CAF Champions League, yes, but then they went on to win the CAF Confederations Cup, and that should present us with a picture of what this Moa team of Egypt could probably be bringing to Aba on Sunday.
Exactly. At this point in time, we shouldn't look at the fact that the Egyptians, they have issues in their federation, so to speak. Now we have to take an example from Halali last year. We felt they weren't going to do anything at all in the CAF competition. They crashed out of the CAF Champions League, just like you rightly said. They went on out to win the CAF Confederations Cup for the very first time. Just the particular year they have issues in their home country. There.
Even last year when they won the CAF Champions League, the same thing.
Exactly.
So
as it stands now, I would expect Imba not to underrate them. They should understand the fact that it's been quite some time that our club sides in Nigeria have gotten to the group stages of the CAF Champions League and also the CAF Confederations Cup, and that might even affect our slots as regards the CAF Champions League. Just like Nodi rightly said, they should avoid complacency. They should try as much as possible to get the win tomorrow. They should avoid to concede goals and perhaps get a 1 or 2 goal margin lead. And when they get to Egypt, they just consolidate on the victory and then they progress to the next round.
All right, talk to us about it. What do you feel about Enyimba and their chances in the CAF Champions League? What do you want them to do? How do you want them to go about winning that first leg game on Sunday? Remember their first preliminary round opponent, Bokus of Benin Republic. Bogus of Benin Republic. Enyimba struggled. Yes, they won the game by 3 goals to nil, but they struggled a lot. 2 late goals was what made it comfortable for Enyimba before they went away from home to get the win. So how do you expect Enyimba to approach this CAF Champions League encounter on Sunday? Let's step down from CAF Champions League now and talk about CAF Confederation Cup. And a Nigerian team is playing at home. The other one, as we speak, is airborne to Tunisia. Warri Wolves at home to the debut of Ethiopia, and that game comes up tomorrow at the Warri Township Stadium, and then the other game, Club Africain of Tunisia against Dolphins of Port Harcourt. That's a little problematic for us because Dolphins just traveled out this evening. They traveled out about 3 o'clock today, and they are expected to get to Tunisia just about 2 hours to the game tomorrow against Club Africain. We'll talk more about Dolphins later on. But let me come quickly to you, Dumnodi. Warri Wolves, strengthened by the return of Abu Aziz, Ikechukwu Benegu, who were with the Super Sand Eagles in South Africa during the Beach Soccer International Tournament. Look like a team that shouldn't be worried by an Ethiopian side.
Strengthened by the return of their coach. I think that would be a big boost for Warri Wolves. This is the man that have shown leadership. Let me just say so. You only hear Warri Wolves when Aigbogun is in charge. You only hear. But I think for Aigbogun, he has gotten a lot of information about this Ethiopian before now. They got a lot of information about how the Ethiopians play, the players they're going to parade, and
I saw you studying the Ethiopians too. A few of their players are in the national team.
Yes, the goalkeeper was here in Nigeria when we played the second leg of the qualifier. So, and we have 3 other players who were part of that squad.
Ethiopian national team.
So it means that they have a blend of local and those who have national team experience. So Warriors, you be careful. But I don't envy Warriors game against teams from that region. I don't envy their result. It's not been
struggled against them.
Especially for this region. But I hope they know what's at stake. They know that this time around, what happened last year, even though they lost to CF Bizatin, we mustn't allow that to happen. You have to be very clinical at home. You don't throw much. You don't get, because I know I've watched volleyball for the last 5 seasons on the continent. Their major problem is scoring goals. They want to struggle to score and expect you to get a good result away from home, and that result will not come away. When they played Caps United, they struggled to win. They played the 2-1 here. They went away. They lost 1-0. They cashed out on the way goal. They played the Black Leopards. They struggled to score 3 goals. They went away. They lost 2-0. They cashed out. Against CF Bizatin, they struggled here, went away, lost. So they have to maintain that consistency in scoring. If they don't score here, I can guarantee that Warriors will not qualify. I'm saying it because I know what it means for Warriors. Most of their games, key playing at home, score very well. I think.
The trick is simple. Right? The trick is simple everywhere. When you are playing over 2 legs and the away goals rule comes to count, you try to score as many goals as you can and avoid conceding at home, while you go away and try to get goals on the road. That's the way it works.
It's very simple. It works everywhere like that. Just try as much as possible to score at home.
Avoid it, conceding. Even if they're going to not score at home, let it be 0-0.
Exactly. Just midweek, you saw what happened to Chelsea there. They had a 2-2 draw at home and they crashed out of the Champions League there. So I would expect Warriors to at least tighten up their defense come tomorrow when they play and score even 1 or 2 goals. Avoid any form of defeat at all.
Or conceding a goal.
Or even conceding a goal. That is very, very paramount for me now, because they might even end up losing. But I hope and I pray they're not going to lose that one. Just avoid any form of conceding goals. Then by the time it gets to their home soil there, you have a confidence that yes, we have done our beat here at home there. We just have to consolidate on what the result we have achieved here in Nigeria. So that is what I expect from Warriors.